Welcome back to FireEye Education. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about what a home fire escape plan is, how you make one, what it looks like, and what are some of those key bits of information that you need to have in your home fire escape plan. Basically, a home fire escape plan is something that you've come up with you and your family or everybody who lives in your house, what you're going to do in the event of a fire. Now remember that an integral part of a home fire escape plan is early warning. And that comes from working smoke alarms. I'm going to talk a lot more about smoke alarms in another tutorial, and you can check that out at the end of this video. But once we get that early warning from our smoke alarms, then we need to implement our home fire escape plan. Now there are some key bits of information you need to include in this. One of those is, where are you all going to meet? A central point at the front of the house is usually a good option. It could be the letterbox, for example. We want everybody to evacuate your house, going towards the letterbox. Once you actually get to the letterbox, what are you going to do? Well, you need to call the emergency services as soon as possible. Now, if you have children who don't have a phone, or perhaps you've left your phone inside, you need to know that you need to get to the neighbor's house, knocking on their doors to make sure that they can call them for you. At this time, you want to give them as much information as you can on the phone. Let them know your address, let them know where you live, let them know exactly what's happening and how long it's been happening for. The more information that you can give us before we arrive, the better we're able to respond. For example, that might allow us to send more resources. It might allow us to develop a plan to enter your house and go to a specific room where possibly someone still is, or maybe an animal is. Now, when you're exiting your home, there are a few things you need to know. In the home fire escape plan, we need to have multiple exits available because fire may change your plan depending on where the fire is. So we need multiple exits in case one is compromised. Now, how do we actually check if it's safe to leave or open a door, for example? Well, it's important to get down low, use the back of your hand on that door. We're feeling for heat. And a good area to feel is actually the door handle. Now, if that's hot, you can see smoke coming through the top of the door. That's an indicator that it's not safe to go through there. You need to find another exit. Let's just say, for example, that's a window that has a security screen on it. Well, you need to make sure that you've practiced and rehearsed leaving through that way. You know how to take off the security mesh and you know how to open that window. Maybe you have keys for that window that need to live in that lock so that you can unlock the window in a time of urgency. A lot of homeowners have deadlocks on their doors. And a lot of people lock them at night, which is okay, but please leave your keys in the deadlock. A lot of times people get to the door and they're fumbling for their keys in a fire, they're stressed, they're anxious, and in that moment they can't find their keys, they can't unlock that deadlock, and a lot of times firefighters find people right near the door. So we recommend that you leave your keys in the deadlock for that very reason. Once you've found a safe exit from your bedroom or through the corridor, or whichever way you've chosen to exit your house safely, there may be smoke in that house. And in other videos we've discussed how smoke develops. Remember that smoke starts at the top because that's where the heat is. And as smoke builds up and it gets hotter and that smoke becomes more dense, it'll slowly get lower and lower and lower. We do not want to be anywhere near that smoke. It's hot and it's toxic. So what we need to do is get down low and go, go, go. That means on your hands and knees, or maybe even crawling on your tummy to get underneath that smoke into safe, clean, cooler air to safety. Once you're aware that there is a fire in your home and you're making your way to that designated meeting point at the front of your home, you want to make as much noise as you can to notify everyone that there's a fire in your house. And if it's safe to do so, you can go into their rooms and potentially wake them up and help get them out. But only do that if it's safe to do so. If it's not, and you know that there's still someone in the house, you must let the fire service know once you ring the emergency service. Let them know exactly where they are, who they are, and where they are in the house so that we can get to them as soon as possible. Once you actually get to that letterbox or wherever the central meeting point is that you've chosen, you need to ring the emergency services as soon as possible. Once you and your family and whoever you live with have come up with a home fire escape plan which is specific to where you live, it's important that you actually rehearse it, especially if you live with children. They need to know how to get through those other exit points that you've identified. They need to know how to get down low and go, go, go. Show them where the letterbox is. Make sure they understand how to actually say their address, because that's a crucial bit of information that we'll need to know. and also make sure that they know what number they need to call in the event of an emergency. Thanks for watching the video today. If you have any questions about anything we've discussed, please let me know in the comments section. You can also follow links to more detailed tutorials about some of the topics that we've discussed in the links on the screen.